gets here. But hey, kids, Maranya's in the house. James Akrep, hello. Just gonna have a hangout tonight. You know, like last night, probably like tomorrow night. Just see what you guys want to talk about. I've got a topic that I've had on my mind for quite a while. Is because, you know, doing the auction, books come through and I go, oh wow, okay, that's a good book, but it's only worth $3. Or there's a good book and that's only worth you know, maybe 10 tops or something like that. And I thought, wow, there's some really good books and some really key issues that are just valueless. And, you know, that's one thing I want to talk about. And once again, also, you guys have your ear to the ground. I tend to be very auction centric these days. I want to get back to every time I sit down for to make a video, it's like I go, oh wait, no, I have to do this and this and this, and I go back to the auction stuff. As you can see right here, I'm freaking surrounded by.
I used to have my ear to ground, but now I just have like a cup of water.
So I finished a root beer.
So whenever Lizzo starts walking near, watch.
Yeah. Well, you know, I showed off that big collection I got, and I'm trying to break these down into the next couple of auctions. And this week is going to be very FemForce oriented. And not only that, but a lot of the female characters that I had are going to be in, as well as every big dog. And there's going to be 5 big dog lots this week.
That's
one set lot. And then there's 2 5s, 2 3s, 2 2, or 3 5s, 3 3s, 3 2s, and then the rest are $1 books and such. Usually you have 20 lots. There's a lot of good stuff. I really did get lucky going to that show this last week, and I'm very much hoping August 18th we go again, and I'll have the same opportunities. So that was really good. I told you when in the comments of your video, I have a book to show off. This is going to be one of the roughest books I've ever shown. This is not anywhere near mint condition. If from what I saw, it is a 1.0, if anything.
You're throwing me off. You said comments. You mean chat, live chat. I was like, what are you talking about comments?
Yes, in your live chat. Yes.
I was like, what?
Well, I don't know you kids' terminology these days.
Use the good terminology.
Me speaks English good. Yes.
Me is sad.
I am gooder than you. Okay, so
gooder, yes, you are.
All righty, but this is a sought after grail.
9.
Right here, but it is definitely a 1.0, if anything, from what I saw. In all honesty, in person, it looks better than.
Is it Der Herbie?
It is Der Herbie.
Oh no.
Yes, it is.
Herbie.
Is the Fat Fuhrer himself?
Der Herbie, the Fit Fury. He is. Let me embiggen myself.
Embiggen yourself.
Not the way Nick Rakita embiggened himself. But we'll be doing this. Here you go, right there, guys.
Look at that.
This horribly shaped comic book right here, with that big tear across. What this is the very first appearance of Herbie the Fat Fury.
Not the car.
Not the car. No, not Herbie the Love Bug, but the comic book character. That's what the cover looks like. A long time ago, we did a live stream talking about the best heroes or best characters that aren't on their first appearance covers. This is one. Now, I want to point out that I won this for $1.25. Shipping was $11 for priority.
Wow.
Which usually is. I charge 10 on the auctions for a priority envelope. That was, you know, and by the way, I don't use these because they can bend easier than padded. But yeah, I charged 10. This guy charged 11. So I won this book for $1.25 because the shape it's in. You can see it's got it is pretty damn damaged here. Look at this shit. It's got the line across and then it goes up into a corner. So
you can't bend the Fury.
No, you can't. But by all means, they first look. This book is going for $250, $300 in mint. So. You know, this is one of those where, hey, congratulations. The way you can own it is if you get one of these. So there you are. But let me put it in over here, and it's going to go into RDV's box.
That is.
So happy birthday or Merry Christmas, whatever you need there, RDV, when I send your books along.
Is it Christmas already? Dang.
It will be by the time you get your books. So
he says that in joke,
but it's true. I fill up a small box for you and then I send it. Sometimes it fills up quicker than others. But
hey, Venkman, yours will be a Christmas present. I just never specified the year.
I know. It's like who?
I want to arm wrestle him for those Century books.
Eric's talking about I'll send you books, and I'm like, and he's like, I'll send you books. I'm like, man. It just seems like Eric's always got an excuse not to send the books.
By the way,
my excuse right now is a little better.
I know, right?
My camera is moving slow, so I look wobbly.
That's not the
camera. Like a bobblehead on your dad.
I know, right?
No, he's a weeble.
Oh,
you know what?
But he won't fall down.
Put your hands all up in the air, straight up, and then do that.
Oh, like one of those.
There you go.
Come buy a used car. Hey! Yeah.
Somebody clip that.
Yeah. So, anywho, I was saying that the thumbnail I was wondering what topic we could talk about. And one of the topics I thought of, Eric, was undervalued comics. The thumbnail being Bugs Bunny reading a whole bunch of comics, because if there is any undervalued comics, it has to be Dell cartoons.
Every time I see you go for the bottle, I see you move it back and forth. So I wonder what's in the gold peak.
There's, unfortunately, and we were talking about this a little bit on the GPS. Because the kids call it the GPS.
Yes.
Okay.
And they let me call it that too.
We do.
Yes.
The fan base for that has either passed on, unfortunately, or been chased out of the hobby. Like those things, if you go to a show and somebody has those, they will move if they're not ridiculously overpriced. But it's, I said, those, hell, I didn't have any interest in those when I was in my mid-50s. I treasure them now, but
I'm in my mid-30s and I like them.
But if it wasn't for this band of buffoons, do you think you'd be reading any of that stuff?
Actually, it wasn't the band of buffoons. It was just you, the buffoon,
the big buffoon.
I like to think of my friend E as a buffoon as well. So
I accept buffoonery.
So
you're and buffoon.
That's right. My and
buffoon. Yes, and buffoons. Yes.
Now sound like Charlie Brown's sister calling Linus her great baboon, or
great baboo.
Sweet. It's a sweet baboo.
I butchered the joke.
You Philistine. Come on, man.
And it was Schroeder that she called her sweet baboo.
Yeah.
Nope, it was Linus.
I thought it was Sally and Linus.
Yeah.
What she called?
No. It's okay. Lucy liked Linus. Sally liked Lucy liked Schroeder. Sally liked Linus.
Lucy liked Linus. Charles.
But Sally and Linus.
Okay.
Sally and Linus are brother and sister, aren't they?
Trivia question.
Linus and Lucy were, yeah.
Linus and Lucy. What was their little brother's name?
I thought Linus was their little brother.
Give you a gold star.
I know my peanuts, man. I when I was a kid, I found the little Shazam company, Fawcett Books, and they actually printed them from the very beginning, and it's amazing how Charlie Brown was almost like Bart Simpson in the beginning. He wasn't the lovable loser we got to know him as. I've read him since that all the way up. I used to devour Peanuts comics. I love the Peanuts.
Van Pelt.
Yep.
Van Pelt. That's it. Van Pelt. It was the German.
And their other brother Scott.
Okay, I've got one for you, Zach. I've got a question for you, Zach. What is Charlie Brown's last name?
Brown.
Okay, I was wondering if I could catch you on
Zach
that.
didn't know the German names.
Zach, who's buried in Grant's tomb?
Yes.
Grant.
No, Charlie Brown.
You lose. Yes.
Darn it. You should have asked me when the War of 1812 was.
But
No idea.
It was that this has been on my mind for quite a while because I as I said, doing the auctions and everything, I find it interesting that it'll there'll be books that are just absolutely worthless. All of a sudden they explode because some jackass goes on his thing, goes, "Hey guys, there's going to be a movie about this and you need to get this book now in our auction this week." Or Key Collector Says, which we're working with. And you get stuff like, okay, this character you never cared about, like the Weasel in Firestorm, is now worth $1 gajillion or something along those lines. But there are actually legitimate popular characters whose books are still just worth damn near nothing. And I get it. Some are based on print run, like Superboy, Adventure Comics number 500. You know, I think I might be able to get $2 to $5 on that book tops.
Like I said, I still can't believe my shop had these for $2.
I know, that is awesome. That is awesome. I've seen a lot of comic shops with those digests for like $10 or $15. Hello to Cartoons and Comics,
especially the little big books.
Hello.
Gold Key Dell had a lot of cartoon themed books, including some oddball titles. Yeah, it wasn't just the Looney Tunes or the Disney. You still had Woody Woodpecker and all of their side characters. So,
all the Charlton books I got, a bunch of them, were just $2. I don't know why, but they put them in there for $2. There's Craxo on the spine. Well, that's about it.
One of the things, and I want to go. I think I want to go back and revisit my "Did Comic Tom destroy the hobby?" video, because I think I've got a different answer now that I've learned that Comic Tom and Key Collector are hand in hand. That's a excellent
$2, dude, for this. I can't believe it, for Captain Atom.
You got that for $2. That's a really good buy.
Wow.
Yes.
That one right there, that's $10 easy.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just got a bunch of Charlton books for like $2.
Well,
yeah, hey, that's a great freaking sale, man.
I can answer that. The guy that I used to work for probably will do stuff for again in the future. Yeah, he had great quote. He goes, "They're not museum pieces."
Yeah,
because I said that, and they're not in that guy's store anymore.
Yeah, if you want to get rid of them, you gotta price them right. Damn, the Phantom, Charlton Phantom, straight up. Yeah, $5 to $10 easy.
Punisher books that nobody wanted.
I think it's just me. Maybe this is my speculation, but I think the Punisher is going to get his due, because a lot of Punisher you could get for $1. You guys talk amongst yourself. I might go into a sneezing jag.
Here's the other one.
Nope. Oh yeah, I remember the Modniks. That's a
the $2 books.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I got the Sergeant Fury.
I think that would fit under Maranya's oddball titles.
There you go. Okay, there you go. Something undervalued. Sergeant Fury versus Sergeant Rock. Yeah, Sergeant Rock. Our armies, our All-American DC war books crush Sergeant Fury
versus
easily.
Sergeant Bilko. $2.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's an awesome one.
Was $4, but they dropped it down to $2.
That's Heroes for Hiring.
Yep.
That's a book that Zach wants to get because there's a Mole Man on there, not because there's Power Man in there.
Right.
Well, it's Mole Man and an Iron Fist. At least get the full.
Bad comic reviews. Bad comic reviews. By the way, if you get a chance, give his channel a try. See if it's your cup of tea. Is saying Sad Sack was the best war book.
Yeah,
I loved Sad Sack as a kid.
Yeah,
I got to admit I haven't been back in a while, but I love Sad Sack.
I ended up getting more of my Miss Marvel stuff.
Ooh, nice.
Because I didn't want Zach to get them.
Anytime I can find those, I'm picking those up. That is awesome.
I didn't know this existed. Miss Marvel 25, and then Captain Marvel 45.
Yeah, the Captain Marvel you're seeing there turned out to be a Skrull.
Yeah, that's okay though.
But he was trying to bring he was trying to live up to the mantle of Captain Marvel. So he wasn't fooling everybody to turn bad later.
Are you sure the current Captain Marvel is not the Skrull actually? Because this Captain Marvel act like Captain Marvel in the comics right now. Captain Marvel doesn't act nothing like Captain Marvel.
No, Kelly Sue DeConnick is the Skrull, and then Kelly Thompson and anybody else has written her since.
You should pick this up. Go get the facsimile.
Oh, Black Hawk.
Oh, the Black Hawk. Yeah, I would love to, but at this point, if I can find, I don't own much anymore. So I used to buy those. I used to buy those for my own collection, but then I just started throwing them in.
Yep.
I would love to. I started reading that today, as a matter of fact. Thought maybe you guys want to do a reading of that. That would be kind of, because as I was trying to figure out something to do tonight.
It's Keds.
Oh, I remember those.
I don't think Keds are even made anymore.
They're not. I don't think.
Buster Browns aren't either.
We have these stores of Keds yet.
It amazed me to find out Buster Brown was a comic book, because to me, Buster Brown was a shoe. In the 1970s.
I keep going to get confused with Buster Brown and Buster Keaton.
Wait, okay, Eric, tell me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Buster Brown on Cracker Jacks?
I do not know.
Or was it just no, I think it was a sailor on Cracker Jacks. I think
it was Jack. Jack
okay.
Sailor.
Yeah, okay. So
and he was white, so they
had to get rid of him.
No, they called him Cracker.
They called him Cracker.
That's obvious, but yes, that was a good one, sir.
I know, Venk. That's why we do a lot of our stuff over on that other channel now. The old man's slipping.
There you go.
He's
I always pick up the Laughing Big books when I find them. Says one. Yeah, I would too.
Oh. Also, they had my shop. They had a whole long box full of Reader Digest Archies. All the Archie books.
I may be talking to you after this next auction. See
I don't know. Well, since the audience is here, is anybody interested in the Reader Digest versions of Archie?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean,
I know you are. I mean, you like them, you know.
Yeah, but will they actually sell? That's a big question.
The older ones, because they started those, I think, in the early 70s.
I did not look at to see how old they are, but I mean, they kind of.
You can tell. Well, the best way to tell with this, if the cover price is under $1.
Okay.
60 cents, preferably. Those.
I want to say, I mean, these are probably newer ones, but who knows? Because I saw these for $2. Maybe
they might be older but the problem is with those older ones, the people that want those can't read them anymore.
They're dead.
No, their eyes are.
The name of the Cracker Jack mascots was a sailor and a dog, Jack and Bingo. Oh, there you go. Now we know. And
what's going on, Drew? It's like, dude.
Maranya comes up with so many of those things. She really needs that star thing to, come over her head whenever she speaks. The more you know.
The more you know.
Yes, that is the music to it also.
And that's actually how the guy sounds when you hear the thing. The more you know.
Yep. I don't know.
I don't either.
But it's what I do that quite a bit, though. It's like, oh wow, that looks so cool. I'm gonna buy it, and I don't know if you guys are interested in Archie and stuff like that. I hope you are. I've got a whole freaking pile of them right here. As far as talk about the sales and such. Oh, I can't pick all those up.
I wonder if anybody even is interested in Archie because the fact that look what Archie's become.
Well,
The people who would have liked Archie have been put off by all this lately. The crappy Archie. Like legitimately, would you say that Archie 1941 was probably the last good Archie book?
well, I wouldn't say it's the last good one. It's the last great one for sure. I would say that it has. I don't hate on the new Archie. I really don't.
For those who have Comixology, you can read them for free.
I think the art has the same problem as our comics have, which is girls manga is so much superior to what they do, they cannot compete with it. Like my niece are in girly manga all the time. There is one they are obsessed with it with love triangle. Almost all of them say are, and I look the girl, one is blonde, the other is brunette, and say, "Oh, it's like Archie," and they say, "What is Archie?" They don't know what Archie is.
Well, it's more like more people more today would probably know. Oh, the love triangle. It's so they mean like Vampire Diaries.
Yeah,
or not because the show they know who
or
Archie
Twilight.
is. Yeah, Twilight. Yeah. So I mean, the show came out, so they might like, oh, we Riverdale, like that's their version of Archie that they know.
It's closest
and they
to
didn't like it because it was
to the
gray
slice
and
of life
brown.
stuff that they like than anything else. The Archie comics now just kind of resemble that slice of life stuff.
And
but in all honesty, the only people who seem to actually like it are the people who are making that slice of life shit. The women we have that watch this channel, they don't like it any more than we do.
Yeah, Maranya, none of them I don't see in retail stores. I do see the Dan Parent Archie books or little golden books on the spinner racks. One of my shops actually has a spinner rack still. And dear God, now I understand why they got rid of spinner racks, because you see how those books get the last one on there, how it's just crinkled.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But is there anybody on this stream that wouldn't love to have a spinner rack?
Man, I would give my left pinky for
so
one right
I'd
now.
have a spinner rack, but I'd have my books and bagged and boarded when I put them in.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, if you put them in a board, they'd be fine.
No, I said, most people. Like I said, if you look at Rod's and Dave's, theirs are bagged and boarded. My friend Jerry has one, and he just puts books that were all look like they already spent their lives in spinner racks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're all books he already has, so he just does it for for show.
Yeah, because I see they told like the remember Image had those Image First books. Those are in the spinner racks. They have those in there. The ones they don't care about.
Yeah, because at the time it's been carried. I was Spine Tick City when you were looking through the spinner racks.
Yep. Right.
But they weren't meant to be bagged, boarded, and collected in those days. They were meant to be read, folded up, put in a pocket, like folded up by a subscription folder.
I hear you, because they probably didn't think it was going to be such a huge thing.
No, we didn't.
It's like you suddenly picking up the U.S. Today, a picture edition of that, and all of a sudden that's like $40 or more.
Somewhere in America.
Well, that probably is because of the inflation.
There were kids that put their 1952 Mickey Mantle in the spokes of their bike.
Yeah.
There have been ones that sold for 7 figures.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they did do that. They did do that.
Now I'm thinking The Sandlot. And now I'm thinking where the kid's mom gets hit by the baseball and dies.
Well, that's dark, but thank you.
His mom gets hit by a baseball.
I didn't make the movie. I'm just saying. That's where my mind went to.
You haven't seen The Sandlot?
Yeah, of course.
No one does.
Yeah, everybody knows the line, even if they haven't seen the movie.
Right?
I saw it before you were. You did.
How do you know?
because I'm older. I was projectionist. You know that story.
That would be it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you saw it before he did. Maybe he saw it screening.
Oh, I'll guarantee god dang to you it does, because I built up the film and then watched it before it was released. Yeah. That was one of the perks of the job, was being able to do that. So that was one of the few perks of that particular job.
You admit to abusing your power as a technician.
I did, sir. Hey, Spiffy just stopped in, and the first thing I heard was Sandlot. Damn good movie. Yes.
It is.
Cards and Spokes attracts Pennywise. Yeah.
We may disagree on a lot of things, but Sandlot brings us all together.
It
Even
is
those
a
who
good
watch
movie.
the movie, you know the lines.
It is a fantastic film.
Not as good as Biodome, but it's up there.
I mean, when they had an interview with like the guy who was the catcher, and he talks about how just meeting James Earl Jones, like they had no idea that this was Darth Vader, but when they found out, they're like, "Oh shit!" It's like.
Moran said the way kids of the 60s and 70s so on treated their comic books is much like what happened with the books of the 40s and 50s. Scarcity brings high prices. Yeah, like Moses Magnum, X-Men, folded it up, put it in my back pocket as I was walking down the street home from the shop and go.
Singing Do a Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the only guy who has the 50 numbers of the first season in manga of the X-Men, and a guy offered me like $200 for the whole collection, and I said, no, I'm not gonna sell. I have this since I am 7 years old, so I'm not gonna sell because I collect them when I was young, and I don't know if I'm gonna ever sell. No, it's one of the things I don't sell.
Are yours like in English, or are yours like translated to your country? Your version?
Portuguese.
Portuguese, yeah.
So
But
you
they're
get cheap
incredible.
Silver Age.
Yeah.
Comparably.
I'm curious. What is the value of Portuguese, like X-Men or number 1, or Amazing Spider-Man number 1, or Amazing 15?
Usually, like a book like that, it's $5,000 here. It might be $1,000, or it's still up there, but it's not as if you can get a foreign language. Well, to us, I remember the first appearance of. I had the first appearance of Sif. This wasn't foreign language, but it was the first appearance of Sif and Hela, and I was able to get $100 for that, but no more.
I wonder, because it's like
it was the UK
right?
version.
It's like $500, $700 would be.
Because I imagine that's why it's a lower print run, because it's going to a different country, right?
Yeah, it's 15 numbers. I had the whole first saga of them. There's the first Sandal appearance, which is weird. They look like dancers. They are not giant. They have 3 meters, not 15.
Okay.
This isn't comic related, but I have a question.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, in the playoffs, a hockey game can't end in a tie.
Nothing should end in a tie.
Why is there 1 minute left in overtime? Why is there a time on overtime when there has to be an ending?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It kind of doesn't.
All I know is that when you're running down the field,
Please
I mean, when you're running down the field, you're carrying the basketball and you're trying to score it into the goal.
Oh my God.
no. There is a sport called field hockey. The joke is, being the Florida man, I have no idea about actual ice hockey. So.
Except for the Florida Panthers have been there for how many years now?
I don't care. It's hockey.
I don't care that you don't care. Nobody cares about hockey. I just found it odd that they
Only Canadians care about hockey.
They would put a time limit on something that they're just going to start over.
At some point in time, Trudeau, you talk about Canada caring about hockey. At some point in time, Trudeau's going to point out the fact that too many white people are in hockey. It's going to be deemed as racist and hateful, and he's going to put a stop to it.
Oh, I thought he was just going to put a bunch of them in blackface like him.
There you go.
And then they're gonna hang him in the tree because that's the only thing they care about.
And like I said, if you want to find people who actually care about hockey, go to Chicago, man. They go crazy when the Blackhawks are
Do
winning.
they really?
Yeah. So like I said, they're always like, it's just nuts. And then like I guess they have hockey right here too, the Admirals, but no one really cares about the Admirals up here.
Well, there you're watching hockey when the entire bottom of the screen are like headshots of players and they're all white.
So what are the commercials for hockey then? Is it the same as like every other sport, or do they get like there's like Canadian whiskey, you know? Or...
The commercials go something like this: "Please watch our sport."
Like it's like I like they pull out Wayne Gretzky and like you need more commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know me? That's why I carry American Express. We still don't know you.
Right.
I have one question. What happened to the art of Greg Capullo, the guy from the Batman books of Scott Snyder? Because I always buy like posters because I collect posters, and I saw one of the last ones, and it was not at the same level I used to see his posters.
I know he's currently doing the Wolverine book with Hickman, and I
Yeah, but he's wondering why it seems as if Greg Capullo's quality has gone down.
I haven't noticed that. It seems the same to me.
I haven't read anything of his.
I can answer that.
Go on ahead, Eric.
You get what you pay for. If they're only going to pay even a Greg Capullo X amount when it should be triple that, he's probably just going to, mail it in. So he has more time to do commissions or things like that. I mean,
or
that makes sense to me.
Or he's rushing it because he's got other things, something else he actually wants to work on.
Exactly. I said because I said if somebody will give you $1,500 for a commission, and Marvel's paying you like what you say it's $200 a page or whatever, when he should be getting $500, you probably get $200 worth of effort.
And that is one of the reasons why Marvel and DC both are not as good as they used to be, is they're just not paying talent.
I mean, they should reward people who draw it with draw and then have it on time.
That's one thing I saw in the salaries of Shueisha. Shueisha pay way better than Marvel and DC. People think manga pay less than comic books. That's not true. An assistant of Oda, the guy from One Piece, receive what? An assistant. That's not the main artist. And it's $300 per page. Okay, it's the main manga, but still, it's way better than what the comic book industry pays in America.
Oh.
I mean, if I was a comic artist and I got stuck working, I thought it was be great working on this book, and then I realized that like, yeah, you hate the people you're working with, the editor and all that stuff, and they're like, I'd be like, here's my shitty work, bro. There you go.
There are timers on OT because there are intermissions between OT periods, says One Slate.
There you go.
Let's see. This especially true of so-called kids girl target books like romance. Oh, okay. The way. All right. I read that first. The NHL has been taken over by politics. What hasn't?
No, I mean I was being facetious. But I would probably just let him go till someone scores, because I said that'd be a powerful motivator when you know, damn, we're not going to get a 20-minute rest. So let's wrap this up.
Right? No, Target actually had. I was looking for. Whenever I'm there, I always look to see what their books are, see if they're actually selling any comic books or any stuff.
They sell manga at mine.
Yeah, they sell a bunch of manga, and then Target had the complete box set of Harry Potter. I thought that was interesting because, like, I think she got canceled.
Who?
She did, not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But
she didn't either because there's some
She's
people
still
who are
the executive
uncancelable.
producer of whatever they
but I
make.
thought,
the
so
show
I
for
thought it was funny though
HBO.
because
She's the producer.
Harry Potter himself hates her.
Now, I'll give you an example. I know some of my, without using any names, a girl that's that thinks she's part of the alphabet mafia. Maybe she may be. Who knows? And and when you're young and in that group, you're told you have to hate J.K. Rowling's now. And she was somewhere down like Harry Potter world or wherever the hell that is, and she couldn't help herself. She had to go get all the merchandise and stuff because you're supposed to boycott that stuff too. But yeah, so I said she's probably made more money since those ungrateful little pricks that were in her movies.
Let's hate on a woman who's
turned on her.
Yeah, let's hate on a woman who's standing up for women's rights compared to guys trying to invade women's spaces.
Women are not as important as men.
Yeah.
Especially if those men say they're women.
Exactly.
That's what's going on there.
Well, apparently some sophomore boy that identifies as a girl won the 200-meter state.
Yeah, I saw that.
And some local writer up there did a hit piece on Clay Travis and Piers Morgan because they're like two of the most high-profile people, calling it out.
Was it Georgia governor signed a bill stating that guys can no longer use the bathrooms or female bathrooms? Transgender?
It wouldn't surprise me. That's Brian Kemp would do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I was like, I don't know if it's for high school or for whatever, but I was like, trans are no longer in the women's bathroom. I was like, about freaking time.
Spiffy saying the thing that sucks is I prefer American art style when it comes to comics and shows, but the Japs are on. The Japanese people. I don't know what'll get you shut down, man.
Hey.
Let's see.
Eric, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Are honestly just doing everything better. Then again, even some of the Japanese stuff is lower in quality. I remember Dragon Ball Z versus how Dragon Ball is now. Worst story, worst character, worst art style. Really? See, I never really got into Dragon Ball. I have no idea then, now, what's better, what's worse.
I thought the animation was worse than when it was original, or when it was first coming out.
I really love Japan. If you're foreign there and you break the rules, they deport your ass.
They do. They don't play, man. They do not
You
play.
can cry and protest all you want. You're gone, Bev.
I agree that the NIJK, it doesn't make sense to me because she is standing up for women. The entire trans movement breaks down to men are talking, shut up. That's what it is. Men are saying they're women, and all of a sudden there are groups of women that are saying that the trans are more important than them.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
It's basically Charles Davis saying, Gene, quit talking.
Men are talking, women should shut up. It's just that now the men are in dresses and saying they're women, and women have to shut up. That's what it boils down to. Men are talking, women need to shut up. It's ridiculous what's going on these days.
Indeed. Gentlemen,
all right, there you go.
It is 11 o'clock. I need to call it a night. I have an early morning tomorrow. This was fun hanging out. I'm not trying to avoid you, E, I promise. But
holy shit, he's talking about the trans thing again. Run!
Time to run. No, I do. I told RDV this before we got on. I was like, I can be for a little bit.
He's got to get his dress out of the dryer.
I've got to go. Well, I've got to go make money so I can afford new comic books.
He's gonna make money on the bridge with that dress.
So you can afford books on the at the auction this Saturday. Big FemForce push this week.
Let's change subjects. Did anyone here finish?
I did. I was talking about my auction.
Series?
Say again. What'd you say, comics?
Did anyone here finish
the
X-Men 97 series?
Yep.
I'm on this episode number 2. Everybody's telling me how great it is. I'm on episode 2. It was all right. It's all right.
I finished it today with my father, who who he said, "Oh, the series is good." I was, "Oh,
No
I think
spoilers.
it's woke," and that my father convinced me to go and watch, and it's a good series. I mean, it's probably like if we have a comic book from Marvel or DC in that level of quality, I would buy currently because I not buy either currently. That's how good it is. Oh, it is progressive. It is very progressive, but it's good history telling. It's not woke, and that's something I need to explain. You
Steve
can be
Fox is writing
progressive and
this.
not be woke.
Steve Fox, of all the freaking liberal weirdos, is writing this and is actually writing it just like it is the cartoon series. It's been good. So it's a nice companion
Good.
series to the show. But
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. New comic this week to get. Oh, that's. I'll tell you what I did. What I got. Yes, I
wait.
won't.
So my thing is that getting back to the whole thing, if you identify as a woman, do you get a pay decrease on?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
You win all the races, but you get paid 77% of what you
the
would have
ones
if you stayed a
the
man.
books that look good to me, and I know you guys went through this already. The books that look good to me: John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, The Butcher Boy, Sanction #1. Let's see, Ultimate Black Panther, Predator: Last Hunt. I actually like the Aliens and Predator stuff. X-Men '97. I'm going to check out the blood sport thing that's been going on, but I don't, I don't care. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventure has been fun since the beginning.
Yeah, it is.
Symbiote Spider-Man 2099.
Weren't you supposed to say nobody cares to match the thumbnail?
Oh yeah, there you go. I was talking that we already talked about that. Undervalued comics. We spent 3 seconds on the topic.
Oh, that went long.
Yeah,
That's Delta's not here to railroad it.
Yeah, there's other things. I've got Betty and Veronica Friends Forever, the fairy tale. Okay, sure, I'll check that out because Archie. But yeah.
Justice League versus King Kong versus Godzilla.
Ghostbuster Ectoism.
That's next week. Yeah.
Really, I've got it right here. But I shop at a different store than you guys. But yeah, I've got it. I'm literally looking at it right here. Holy shit! Is it? It says it's 300 page. Let's see. Opens up on a mansion. Oh my gosh! They did that. It's almost like computer graphic. This really looks like Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know. I guess if it's next week, I might as well pop off a review before it comes out. Scott Snyder White Boat is worth a checkout. Okay. There's only
go ahead.
ahead.
There's only one Ghostbuster book out, and none of the art looks nothing like the characters. That's a Dark Horse one. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on just a sec. Save the file.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about what happened to Dark Horse in the Embracer group?
What?
No.
And Embracer is doing the accountability, and they are like firing everyone from Dark Horse. They think they're gonna sell the properties of them.
Huh.
Wouldn't be surprised. A lot of companies are laying off a bunch of people because the economy is crap and people aren't buying things.
Yeah, they got a lot of money during the after the COVID thing, yeah. And now they need to pay the loans. That's the problem with a loan. Eventually, you need to pay. And these people, I don't know if they didn't know you need to pay a loan after you take it. And then they hire 500 consultant people. That's how many people Dark Horse Embracer hired for them.
Where do you find that?
That's like AI.
Okay, so what's the title of this book?
It's Ghostbusters Ectoism.
You look that up.
Yeah. But yeah, that pretty much looks like
AI?
Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd, that's pretty damn good. So
Means they probably got the rights because IDW was not allowed the rights to their face.
Okay.
So maybe.
Hey, Patrick Sargent, what's up? Come on in if you want. Let's see, Slimer Now comics. Oh yeah, I actually sold a couple of those, the Slimer comics, a while back. That looks pretty cool. Francisco Frugavilla on art, if you like Life with Archie. Yeah, he's absolutely the Archie artist, especially when it comes to the horror stuff. Get Fury looks promising. Get Fury is good. I like Get Fury. At least the first issue was. Met the writer for the new Ghostbuster book. He signed it and drew a Ghostbuster character on the cover. Let's see. I got Patrick Alsey to sign my Slimer book, Now Comics, his first book he did. Dark Horse is running on fumes. They have always been a mark of quality to me, but they not exactly burning up the sales charts. They used to be, of course, everybody used to be in the 90s, but they used to be a bit like they owned a bigger market share. So I miss Ralph Snart. Where were you when I was trying to sell a Ralph Snart 3D book? I think it's at the flea market now.
I was talking with Tristan like about the gaming industry and
So
how makes no sense why they would expand the new Hellblade game. The first game they expend something like 15 million, and the second game they expend $125 million for a game who has less gameplay and has more problems than the first one. People are not gonna buy when they see the gameplay. Oh, the first one is 15, 17 hours. The second one, it's 5 hours, and you only have 2 hours of gameplay. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy. And then the studio goes out of business. Why they would expend so much money in a project? This is insane. And you see this in movies and other games, like what they said, GTA 6 gonna cost $2 billion to make. Why?
I don't know. I looked up more about that Ghostbusters book.
Yeah,
it's not an official book at all. It's some guy who's fan made, and he's releasing it for free. And totally sued. It's kind of like the guy who was on Twitter who was creating a Power Girl book, he was drawing himself and releasing it. In create a. It's not an official thing. It's Nick Ross, whoever he is. He's an artist, and he's just basically this. He's already got the second one out. He's for PDF file. It's on his Instagram and Facebook pages. So, I'm not sure how he's not in jail or he not get the cease and desist, because one of the things that Sony or either it was the actors or if it was Sony, whoever owns the Ghostbuster stuff, was not releasing the likenesses at all to IDW when they had the book series.
That's something. Maybe I don't know. I don't know
mean,
how he's avoiding it.
It looks nice. I'll probably check it out. But I mean, like, because I was like, that's not an official book, because the new one is about the new movie. Everybody else, Paul Rudd's character and stuff, and the art looks nothing like that.
It's I guess so. I guess it's a bootleg comic, as Undead Quinn saying.
Yeah.
I just want to say that we waited 20 minutes. Second overtime, it lasted 32 seconds. Game over.
Okay.
See if it could have saved 20 minutes and just kept the overtime going, and we'd all be home now.
Did your favorite team make the touchdown?
I couldn't name 3 players in the NHL. But one of them that I do know was in this game, some guy named Connor McDavid. I don't know why I know that name, but that's pretty much it. Is Gordie Howe still playing?
I don't know.
He'd be like 98 now if he were still alive. So that
I have no clue about hockey.
But he did play. He was still playing hockey in his 50s. And played and skated against Wayne Gretzky when he was like 19. It's one of those crazy sports oddities.
Yeah, I don't know hockey from a hologram.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Never have.
Patrick Sargent was bringing up the comics, the Slimer stuff. Those are fun.
The which ones?
The real Ghostbusters through now comics. I love those. Those are fun.
Oh,
IDW actually had a really good series too. It's just that everybody complained, why does the art look that way? It's because the actors don't give out the permission for their licenses. You know, to use their actual likeness. But even though the guys look kind of weird, cartoonish, like the PS2 Ghostbusters game, remember that one? That was all the weird stuff. When you actually look at the ghosts that Jan Schoening was drawing, those were on point. Those are great. You know, so the story is good too. But,
yeah, I liked the comics from a couple of years ago. What surprised me, and I think you and I were the only ones, nobody was going to listen to us though, we're saying the comic books based on that 2016 Ghostbusters movie that everybody hates were actually pretty good.
Answer the Call.
Yeah, it goes to show, I've always said it, that there are no bad characters, there's just bad writing.
So, do you remember who the writer was?
No.
Kelly Thompson.
Kelly Thompson. She scored, you know? I mean, there you go.
Like I said, I have hopes that she'll do Scarlet Justice, though. The new book, you know, the G.I. Joe stuff. I hope it's done well. I don't know if it's just Marvel and DC where she writes, but she wrote the other, I think it was called The Call. It wasn't that great either.
Well, apparently she's pretty left in her views.
Sure.
But and hopefully she leaves it out of, especially a G.I. Joe book.
That's why I was so shocked when I learned that she's the one that wrote the Answer the Call thing. And I think it's because they don't want any of that bullshit in their books.
You want to hear my theory about Marvel and DC?
Say again.
You want to hear my theory on Marvel and DC?
All right, let's hear it.
I think it's like Thinking Critical was talking about Bob Iger. They need to make the people who make their projects incompetent so they do not take their position. Because if anyone competent enter in the office and the executives see him say, hey, he's more competent than you, why are you in charge and not him? So even if you have talent, the editorial and the board will not let you to appear competent because you could be a danger to their position. That's my theory right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but Wes's dinner table doesn't have any pepper on it. Only salt.
Please explain that.
He's always salty.
Oh, Wes from Thinking Critical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I got to remember to use that next time I'm on there.
There you go.
I thought you're more optimistic, like that Prime guy.
No, he's now that Aaron Sparrow.
Oh,
like there's another.
Yeah.
I wonder if the other one has better takes on AEW. He's still bitching about Tony Khan owing him $80 for his video game.
I don't understand the people who don't like AEW. Will continue talking. Honestly, it's like people who complain about something that happened 20 years ago. You know, it's like, why do you care still if you hate it so much? To the point where that's all you can talk. You're consumed. I mean, I don't talk about the 2016 Ghostbusters movie because it's not important. Also, I didn't spend money.
I mean, look, if you want to make money and you don't mind doing it, it's the YouTube formula. It's the Twitter formula. Say something outrageous. People who agree with you are going to come in. They're going to give you money. Rinse and repeat. That's the way it is.
Well, they don't make a dime off of criticizing.
Hold on a second, though. Bad comment reviews. If you feel a judge, you owe my money now. I don't judge people for free.
Kelly Thompson did a good Sabrina comic, says Undead Quinn. Hot Wheels comics was different, says Patrick Sard. Razor, Swamp Thing, Elvira.
Did you
watch Star Comics? Maybe he's actually talking about the subject of the video, which we actually tapped into for about 3 minutes. undervalued comics. Razor
that.
from the 1980s, Swamp Thing from the 1980s.
We're on the other geek topics.
Well,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, Neil Adams did an issue of Hot Wheels.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually kind of cool.
And
By the way,
that's not undervalued. Every issue is over $100.
So now you make me think of Micro Machines.
Elvira, the first
say
issue of
about
Elvira
the
is actually
The
Elvira is
Mighty
actually
Morphin
gone.
Power Rangers is the best
Which-
Super Sentai in decades I ever saw.
Undead
Which
Quince,
Elvira?
The comic,
the
comic book.
the Elvira's House of Mystery.
Yes,
Yeah.
The rest of them are cheap. And the last issue, I think, also the one where she's flying on the broom, the Dave Stevens cover.
Right.
Yeah.
That one I think is up to like $60 also.
Yeah, Dave Steven covers right now are the hot ones. It
I
was
found one that
Archie for
wasn't.
one. Really? Which one?
It was some kind of like True Romance from Eclipse. I think they were reprints of
Later.
50s romance comics. And he does the second issue and it's only worth $10. Everything else I like everything else is 20 and up. So just my luck, one that I have is the only one that's not worth anything.
Let's see. We got Kyle Baker comics. Negative reviews appeal to the brain. Somebody told me one time that if we do positive reviews, everything you need to know is in the title. If you do a negative review, people they want to hear you rant about it because it's more fun, more funny. And of course, it's the confirmation bias. If somebody feels slighted, it's good to feel not so alone in that slight. Let's see. Did you hear that viral thing about women picking bear over man? Yeah, it's ridiculous. If locked alone in a forest, causing some controversy. Anybody taking that serious, I think, is wrong on both sides. No fucking way a woman really wants to be near a bear instead of a man.
I've already told people that you guys are specious, assuming that the bear wants to be with the woman at all.
Exactly. I'll guarantee you, if you are in the forest with a woman and a bear, that woman's going to look to you to protect her.
Have they not heard what happened?
You know, really gets controversial. Do men want? Wait. Do men really want a modern woman, or they want to find a bear in the forest?
I'll take the modern.
I prefer the bear.
Well,
No.
did there's an original fairy tales, Grimm fairy tales. Didn't the bears eat Goldilocks?
I was gonna say everybody knows that the bear's only interested in your picnic basket.
Yes. I agree. Undead Quinn, Black Orchid. The first appearance of Black Orchid is finally getting some attention, but for the longest time, it was a $20 book.
Well, there's another zero. There's another zero on that now.
Yeah, I know. But everything is kind of climbed up because of the free money we got during, or everybody else other than me got during the COVID.
The pandemic.
If I was thinking, like what key issues and such like that are not there, but you guys are bringing up some decent books that because of their popularity, you would think, and I'm not just talking about because it's a book you liked, I could say, wow, Amazing Man should be better loved because it's a brilliant slice of life comedy book, but nobody really paid attention to that. Nobody really cares about the character of Amazing Man now. I'm meant, the things that would count on this is things that have some sort of cultural relevance, or it is a first appearance of a character that is still around right now. What was it? The black and white suited Spider Woman, I think should have been a little bit higher. It got a little hello from the people who were speculating on Madam Web, but
yeah, she's still around actually.
It
yeah,
got a little hello.
hello.
You know what people really don't care about anymore?
Huh.
Is the Rocketeer. He was huge. And now he's just kind of like, oh, the Rocketeer's in the book? Okay, that's cool.
Well, they heard that he was going to be in another movie and then a TV series, and then they saw the TV series.
And then a Disney Junior TV series.
Yeah, They decided it was going to be a kid instead
If
of.
I can get the original actor play the Rocketeer, if he's still alive, and I don't know what because I don't think he's still acting at all.
He's my age.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't mean he survived that long. You know,
No, I mean, don't get a 50-year-old guy. Put a new dude in there.
No, because I want Jennifer Connelly to come back, and maybe they could have their kid be the new Rocketeer.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be a 1950s Rocketeer.
I would rather let's just start it over. Let's bring in somebody else.
No, they were going to do that. They're going to make it a black guy.
Yeah, they're going to make him lame and gay, and they're going to put a chick in it.
If he's on a rocket-powered wheelchair,
they'll make the new Rocketeer a female. But yeah,
could be the daughter. Who knows?
The first Pacific book. One of the big dogs. It's a $5 book. It's
by the way, these are addicting.
What are they? Oh, the pork tender bites. This is in the $5 slot today or Saturday.
See, just the title.
So,
no one cares.
Yep. No, this will sell. It's got a line in the corner. That's why it's in the $5 bin.
Or other characters. Star-Lord. His magazines back in the day.
Oh, they'll pop off. Rocketeer still kicks. Nobody gives a shit about Morbius anymore. But yeah, that's just one of those. That's just one of those things that people are like, yeah, Morbius. Oh, yeah.
Well, Morbius
it's weird. It's weird how many characters, their popularity in comics is decided by their popularity in the movies. It's two different freaking things.
You look at Dr. Stegman or you look at Morbius. They were only good when they were facing off against Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man, written by good people.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, I think it was Roger Stern that had the Lizard and Stegman team up.
But it does surprise me to see that not just in the auctions, but if there is a bad movie, the interest in the characters just wanes.
That's true. Like,
You know,
She-Hulk. I have some She-Hulk who I don't sell normally, but when when I need money, I need to sell my books. But nobody cares anymore about She-Hulk after that horrible series.
She-Hulk was around $100. Then they announced the TV show. This thing pops up. I saw. Hold on. I saw prices going $500, $600, and now it's back to $100. Nobody. It didn't keep that. Nobody's going woo She-Hulk. Even though Savage She-Hulk, she is a popular character among comic book collectors. The TV just ripped it right out. Go on ahead, RDV.
I was going to say, Patrick Sargent's bringing out, says Gambit fell out, but I wonder actually if Gambit's kind of increased in popularity because of the cartoon. I feel like there's a whole outcry for him on Twitter and all that stuff. I wonder if people actually will go and buy first appearances of his.
There are some that picked up, like that one issue. I think you got it this week or last week. The one with the Savage Land with Rogue holding Magneto. That issue has seen its population grow, popularity. Excuse me. The X-Men, I want to say 200. Was that the Trial of Magneto?
I'm not sure which one that was, but I know
that was issue number 200. Was
yeah, 200 was Trial of
Magneto. The 90s cover where the Rogan is kissing Gambit. That's
that. Oh yeah, the kissing cover's gone up. The Trial of Magneto's gone up because of the cartoon. There have been a couple of them, but it's not like the first. It's not the first appearance of that character or the first appearance of this character. Go on ahead, cartoons.
I had a good offer on my 15th first of the X-Men, and I didn't sell. But it's like there's people who have interest, collectors and people who are interested in the X-Men. Like, I didn't see you since the movies. I know there is the next movie gonna be Deadpool and Wolverine, but it doesn't say the X-Men. What say the X-Men is the animated series. And if Disney was smart, they would do more animated series like this. This would get people more interest than your movies. People are binge watching now, and there's a lot of people watching now. And I think that series was solid enough to he hired the interest of people.
Patrick Sargent is bringing up Iron Man fizzled out. I can't sell Iron Man anymore. I used to be able to. No more. Man Wolf, criminally underrated. I think he's buried by Werewolf by Night. I had a couple of them. They sold, but it took a little bit. It took a few weeks. Nomad and Killer Raven never get appreciation. Why would you say, Eric? Nomad and Killer Raven. Nomad being what? The Captain America character?
1 minute.
Okay, you got something.
Well, while he's chewing, I'll just say I would collect all the Werewolf by Nights, but I don't got a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
They're pricey. Some of the issues can go up to like $15, $20. Because it's like Tomb of Dracula is kind of pricey to collect too as well.
Okay, we're just talking about Nomad, the Jack Monroe character.
Sorry, Marty's comment.
Yeah.
Kill Raven. I know the Amazing Adventures 18 is worth a little bit, but but once that series ended, I know there was a Marvel team up and a couple of miniseries, but that character just isn't used. I mean,
yeah. Oh, Master Kung Fu. Yes, that is a comic book that the movie destroyed. Before the movie, here you go, guys. Thank you very much for the money. All right, yeah, that's awesome. After the movie, couldn't give it away.
Well, that's because Pixel doesn't
except for Professor Pixel. he's the only one. But yeah, that Master Kung Fu is absolutely an example of the
Kate Bishop too.
I didn't like it as much as my wife, but I didn't think it was that bad. But it freaking destroyed the comics.
I think that with Governor Kung Fu, it's not for everybody to begin with. Yeah, I know people that absolutely love that series, but I mean, it took me a long time to warm up to it because there was always so many other things I'd rather been reading until I started reading it, and because I'd spent a lifetime making fun of my friend Jerry for being so crazy about it, but it's a comic that you need to read sequentially.
Yeah,
I mean what was it, Englehart, Mensch? There's a very good series.
I thought the first issue was pretty good when I did the video. Let's see. First, Blackfire is undervalued. The Starfire's sister, and it's about an $8 to $10 book when I have it at the auctions. MK is asking, would you say which one is worth more, Constantine or which is worth more value, original Constantine series or Moon Knight?
Hellblazer.
Well, obviously Moon Knight because it's Marvel, but I would go with Hellblazer any day. But Marvel, though, that really picked up. So Moon Knight is going to run you $2 to $5, depending. And I'm just talking about regular issues, not the first issues.
I would say
Hellblazer past the first 8 or so is going to be like $1 each all the way up.
I would say, go ahead.
I was going to say this. I think Moon Knight would probably be the more accessible, and being the fact that it's a TV show. No one really, normies don't really know about Hellblazer other than just the Constantine movie or the NFL NBC show or Legends. If they watch Legends, I said majority they know Moon Knight.
I disagree. More normies, I think, know Constantine. But I will say, Constantine once upon a time, the first 30 or 40 issues were worth a little. But you're right. Now it's basically 7 or 8 and up or dollar fodder. But I would say that who would punt barefoot? Anyway, the Moon Knight, the original Moon Knight series, those 38 issues I will put up against any 38 issue part of Hellblazer.
Yeah. But
Hellblazer, the original series, before he became Zatanna's bisexual boy toy, very, very good.
My wife, who doesn't read comics at all, the one book she picked up, and because I was like, here, try these, and I gave her Sandman and I gave her Constantine. I gave her Hellblazer, and she read both first issues. She had to continue Hellblazer, not Sandman.
Good for her.
Hellblazer is more of like a adult series versus the Moon Knight series.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Moon Knight was adult.
No, but I mean, in a sense, it's like it's there's a lot more to
in Hellblazer. No doubt.
There's a lot more to chew on Hellblazer than
Hellblazer is specifically made for adults, while Moon Knight can be enjoyed by adults.
Well, Moon Knight was put into the direct market from.
Normally, I do not like highlighting comments without a super chat, but I absolutely 100% agree with this. Sandman Mystery Theater is an underrated series.
I was going to say that Hellblazer is a lot more entertaining to read than reading Sandman.
These days, first of all, Sandman Mystery Theater is a masterclass in comic book writing. I think it should be mentioned in the same breath as Hellblazer, Sandman. You know, all the best of Vertigo. I would like to add a book that should be talked about more is Ostrander's Spectre in the 1990s.
But before you do, can we agree that both Constantine and Moon Knight are just skin suits of their original concept at this point?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, at least one in their books.
What was that, Vic?
At least one of them was alive in their book.
Oh, and if you don't mind me shilling a little bit, this Saturday, the auction, which starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I will have. I think it's towards the second half of the auction, though. I'm going to have a title called "Power of Shazam," written by Jerry Ordway.
And drawn by Jerry Ordway and taken credit for by Roy Thomas.
Thank you. Yes, Roy Thomas and Jerry Ordway. I keep forgetting he's the artist, that Jerry Ordway's not a writer. Because every time I talk about
he is.
He is, okay.
Yeah, I was making the Roy Thomas joke that we like to do now.
Yeah, he does an Adventure Superman, wasn't he the writer?
Yeah, but no,
Ordway did both.
He is that series is awesome. That series is fucking awesome. I'm gonna have I think 8 or 10 issues of the book. Incredible book. I highly recommend you get it. And a good place to get it, because it's only going to be $1 an issue.
I need to go, guys.
Well, you have a good night there. Have fun. Take care, man.
Take care.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's okay. Different time zone. Night Thrasher, Spider-Man books, early 90s, underrated. Okay. I'll buy into that. Let's see.
Now I get man spread. I have more room.
And this is another one I'll share without super chat. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, kids, and go check out Bad Comics Review. See if he's your cup of tea as well. Yeah, there you go. I'd love to see a solo Spectre series. Unfortunately, I truly believe nowadays, be careful what you wish for. Yeah. We got a Sandman Mystery Theater written by Robert Venditti, and when I heard he was going to do that, my thought was, fan-freaking-tastic. I can't wait to read it. And then it's going to be drawn by Riley Rosmo.
Okay. Undead Quinn wins the chat.
Yeah. Grimjack #1 is underrated. Yeah. Well, absolutely.
John.
That is a very underrated first issue. The first appearance is only about $10 or $15 if you can find it. Yeah,
trash.
You guys need to shill more. Mention that Ko-Fi at least once an hour. I am very bad about that, but yes.
Sure. Let me plug the one for Geeky Puppet Show.
Go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the tip jar. There literally is a tip jar. Or the monthly $5 gets you a spot on the winning wheel every week at the auction, where I give away a trade paperback unless 10 or more people get on that wheel, and then I do 2. And this week it's going to be, speaking of Robert Venditti, it's going to be Freedom Fighters. Yes, that's the name of the book, right?
Yes.
Yes, Freedom Fighters. Yeah, it's going to be the trade paperback. And the second one, I might bring back the novel again, because I've got 2 of them and I do need to give it away. But there you go. Yeah.
He's not going to be able to remember how to do that.
No,
Pin the link at the top of the chat. I thought it. How do you pin a link?
So go on YouTube. When you do the polls, I think what you do is you actually can type in a comment and you can pin that comment.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
I think that's how I do it. Because I see other people do it too. They have like they post like the link, they'll jump on the StreamYard and then they'll pin it.
Oh, go figure.
no, okay.
Yeah, I suck at the shill. I really do suck at the shill.
He sucks, but he doesn't chill.
I was I want to do like an offshoot of the original topic.
Sure.
Okay.
And I'll pose the question, and then I'll give you my answer.
In 30 seconds.
Okay, well, that's still going to be plenty of time to tell you to go fuck yourself. Most undervalued.
Tell me, I'll do it for free.
I'm wasting my 30 seconds. Undervalued comic book company. First. Comics.
Okay, what's first?
First.
Okay.
Put it on second.
Yeah. Hey, I was going to keep it going if you did. Okay. Yeah. First, good call. By all means, please enlighten everybody why First is underrated.
Okay, it's largely forgotten. It's mostly dollar box material now.
Oh.
But that company gave us, after Capital went under, they picked up Badger early in the run, Nexus early in its run, Whisper early in its run. Then we got Grimjack, John Sable. Do I need to go on? That's 5 right there. That I think
right.
4 have absolutely stood the test of time.
Yeah,
and
can you pin Maranya's comment? Because you did half a comment, a link.
That is yes, that's basically what I do. Alrighty, so where's Maranya?
Directly right underneath yours.
There she is. There she is.
Yeah, the first computerized comic came from First.
Channel activity go. Replace pin message. There you go. Yes. Alrighty. Cool.
There you go. See.
Alrighty. Now I will rebut with Married with Children, The Thing. Sometimes though I get them mixed up with Innovation, so I probably may do that. Green Hornet. It's what Twilight Zone. Now Comics. I'll put that up. Underrated comic book companies.
I'm not going to argue that. I will take First all day long over Now.
I would say that Malibu is one of the most underrated.
What's that?
Malibu is one of the most underrated.
I don't know that I would say Malibu, but the Ultraverse, absolutely. And that was published by Malibu, but
yeah,
because to me, every book that the under the Ultraverse umbrella was better than any book under the Malibu.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Mike Miller.
Hey, whatever happened to that publisher who did those books about only black folks getting superpowers that caused a lot of controversy a few years back? Milestone. They got reprinted by DC and not reprinted, but rebooted by DC, and they sucked because this is absolutely true. There's a brilliant film that came out in 2023 that talked about this, but modern day writers only give black people one story, and that is it. It is the struggle. And they managed to roll right over Milestone Comics, and they just made it shit.
That would never have happened if Dwayne McDuffie had still been alive.
Yeah.
It was made into shit.
I wonder how different everything would be. Michael Turner hadn't died. Dave Stevens was still alive.
Art-wise, we'd have had a lot more cheesecake.
I know, right?
Dwayne McDuffie was a brilliant creator. And, I know Dennis Cowan, I think, embraced the second version of Milestone. But I think if Dwayne's still been alive to maybe get in his ear, they could have had a proper revival. Because I'm sorry, when Dwayne McDuffie and all those greater arrows, do about 50 of them and then put John Ridley there.
I mean, what would Christopher Priest like if he had never discovered Michael B. Jordan?
John John Ridley, I swear to gosh, I can't believe this book gets praised, but he wrote that horrible The Other History. Everybody was a fucking stereotype. Every character was a stereotype.
And the DC would let him just take a massive dump on all of their top characters just to fit the skewed narrative he was pushing.
Well,
it should never have been allowed.
Excuse me if I forget some of them, but Black Lightning was the angry black man.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Katana, who was the willowing Japanese woman.
Sad because her husband got depressed.
Yeah, and then you had Yellow Jacket, and who was telling the story, and she was the privileged
Bumblebee.
Thank you. But she was. It wasn't the privilege isn't the word. It's where you expect everybody should love you, and when they don't, what's
arrogance?
No, there's another word for it, but arrogant. Yeah. Entitled. Thank you. He wrote Bumblebee and Mal as very entitled. Well, all of the white people in Teen Titans became famous. We didn't. You know, it's like, okay.
Yeah, when you're talking about the Black Company, I thought I couldn't think of the name, but I was thinking of what Undead Quinn's Black Mask.
Black Mask.
With Kwanzaa Jimajeffo.
Oh yeah, I think he was.
And the titular title, Black.
What you got there?
Even the Question, which was Renee Montoya, she was the put upon, angry, bitter lesbian. So yeah.
Ooh, see, Herbs and Spices.
That entire series was horrible. Jimmy Robinson, brother, who needs more exposure. His books are great. Acrimonious. This I would never have thought of that word, Rhaegar. Brain turning his camera to sexy up the stream. Shameless.
Showing out the Trader Joe's.
Steel DC Comics was underrated. The Steel books, okay. They were okay.
I don't got no Trader Joe's, but I got a bunch of these cans right here.
Quit rubbing it in.
Whoa, wait! You want me to rub it in? Let me go grab the other one I have. Do you like?
Oh, I thought that the cheesesteak one.
No, this isn't. No, this is.
Oh, I know that's. Yeah, you can show those off. That's
No, but I do have like 6 more of those. The cheesesteak. They're good till like next year. They last a whole freaking year. So I figured, why if I can just go buy 6 at a time, and then if they ever go out of stock, I can eat them.
Well, yeah, my claim to Pringles fame is my dad worked for P&G. That was his career.
Yeah.
And when they were test marketing Pringles, they gave everybody test cans. So I got to get my hand stuck in a Pringles can before they ever got to market. Yeah, that's one. I don't know if they thought that through, but yeah, because maybe the idea was just to pour them in a bowl. But yeah, I said you could legitimately get your hand stuck in this. But I mean, those were so unique at the time. We thought those were the coolest thing in the world.
Between this and then the cans of Jolt back in the day, you'd pop those open, you see the steam come out of it because they're that under pressure. They're like grenades, man. Now that I think about it, can you imagine a can of Jolt exploding in your face? Shrapnel everywhere.
Let's see. Nowadays, black art in books is very clicksy. Remember when they did white Skittles for Pride Month?
Yes. You know why they did that?
Okay, what?
To show we don't see color. Except for the other 11 months of the year when they
do. Yes. Yeah, they did. Didn't they sell bad or something? I remember that on the news says MK. I don't know. We're talking about chips now.
I was just going to say Zach bought all the bags, and I looked at Rhaegar.
I don't know. You know what? I want to bring the rainbow back. I'm sorry, but it kind of pisses me off. You know,
It's turning into Clerks too. You know,
Rainbow.
that term.
Rainbow. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
By
about?
the way, his follow up to that, what he goes, well, no, I can't even say it. But
My grandma,
when he says, they were just running around like a bunch of these kind of monkeys, and they're like, what? He goes, no, wait, no.
Yeah,
that's why my grandmother called all the kids. She called us, and somebody says, your grandma was racist. He goes, no, she what? Well, she did call a broken bottle an N-word knife, and I was like,
yeah, Wanda Sykes was in that movie. There's like reaction. What?
Yeah, I like the guy. You can't taste racism. Give me that burger. Let's see. Dark Hawk and Deathhead Volume. Wait, what? Oh, that's right. They never did finish Calexic. I never finished my Calexic video either. I did a bad comic beatdown of Cal Exit, and it was issue number 1, and it was a double-sized issue. And I said, okay, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna stop it whenever something stupid comes up. And the first 20 pages, or the first 10, 15 pages, took like 40 minutes to get through. That's how bad fucking Cal Exit was. It was a horrible book.
Oh, I remember that.
I was thinking of revisiting it because I haven't watched my video in forever and a day, and I was thinking of reposting them, but I was going to repost a couple of bad comic beatdowns from the old days. I cuss a lot in my old videos. I mean, it's like fucking motherfucking this, motherfucking that, you know.
I'll be right back, Sam Jackson.
All right.
Let's say someone should go back, watch your old videos, and create a bingo card. When you say something, I won.
Have a drinking game. Go back and listen to my old videos. Drink every time I say the F word. And
that's like watching someone.
Tell your family to tag us in on the announcement that you're in the hospital for alcohol.
That's like taking a shot every time a 13-year-old girl says, like, you know what I mean? Like, the word like, you're dead within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's been pointed out in the comments now that, not the chat, but in the comments, LK says, you know a lot. I said,
"Did you hear this?"
I said, "Wait, no, don't say it, don't say it, don't," because the moment you notice LK says, "You know a lot," you'll never not hear it.
I want him to say, "You know what I mean?"
Know what I mean?
I had a guy. I had a guy who worked with us. He kept, "You know what I mean?" And I kept saying, "Like, man, I played a clip or watch this." He's like, "Jim Barney." He's like, "Fuck you." I was like, "You say this every single time." He's like, "You know what I mean? You know what I mean?" I was like, either you like
Elvis,
or
just keep your Android right safe from the alphabet people.
Yeah. Every time he says, you know.
I was mad when Aftershock took an Amber Heard on the bed and didn't finish Maniac in New York. That is such a good series. Didn't they have like 3 different versions though? They had, or at least 3 chapters of the story now.
I just saw it was a couple months ago. There was an issue of Maniac or Cop or whatever it was. Yeah,
it's a really good slasher book. It's very reminiscent of Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan, but it's the Jason Takes Manhattan that you wanted to see, not an entire hour and a half on a boat and 10 minutes in the city.
That was another company that was doing Samurai Doggy that never got finished because the publisher went under. Was that Aftershock? Maybe it was Aftershock. I don't know. But I remember that.
He's going to bring a swear jar to watch my old videos because then he can monetize watching them.
So here, what you do every time he says a swear word, you put a doll in the jar, and at the end of all those videos, you go to the auction and you buy books.
Wow, they never finished the 3rd one. Damn.
Yeah.
Amber Heard Takes Manhattan would be a good comic. Ah, goodness. She's still, you know.
Amber Heard.
They're I don't know. I still watch old movies with her and go, wow, you're so pretty. And in a few years, we're going to find out you're really ugly.
She was in Never Back Down series, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was good. She was good looking in and and it was a good actor. Just look at Kristen Stewart. Until whatever happened with her, I don't know. She just after she cheated on her Patterson, she's just been unlikable since then. I don't know what she wants to be. Oh yeah. So I was gonna mention Andrew Smith got together with Chuck Dixon and a few other boys from CrossGen. And talked about the fall of CrossGen, stuff. Who wasn't there was Mike Perkins, but the one they didn't invite the most was Mark Waid. Everyone was there except for Mike Perkins and Mark Waid. Mike Perkins was too busy drawing stuff. I bet you Mark Waid was too busy shouting on the internet.
Well, Mark Waid, if you remember, when the owner of CrossGen, when his wife died.
Yeah,
this was he sent her the black read and said, "What would your wife think about this?" Yeah, I said, Mark Waid is a complete son of a bitch.
Yeah,
and I said it. It's one thing to see him at a show when he's on his meds and he doesn't know what your political leanings are, but if I imagine just everybody's worked with him. And that's why I know Dan Mora is a far left. I'm sure he's just as bad as Waid. He's just not vocal about it because remember, Waid won't work with anybody that isn't just like him.
And he may not just be vocal about it. He just wants to work, so he keeps his mouth shut.
Yeah, maybe he does, but I guarantee you that Mark Waid's got. I'm sure he has enough juice there to pick who he works with.
So Bad Comics is bringing up the whole CrossGen catalog spot for $1 million. Chuck Dixon said it was actually $500,000.
Yeah, well, and I think it was.
And they're still open. It took a while for the deal to go through. He said that. He also said that Mike Perkins, at the time, was stuck working for them, even though the company was going under, because his visa was tied up in that. And then at the end of the day, they owed him like $200,000 still after the company folded. Chuck Dixon is in that video I posted Sports Ball. He's talking about how, man, I was still working there and they were measuring the room for the new people, the building. They had the rulers out and everything, and I was just like,
it's a shame. I guess what happened, I think they expanded too quickly.
Yeah,
but they had they didn't do superheroes.
They had Rune and Sojourn.
Oh yeah, they had all kinds of good titles. But then
Sojourn was really good though. About a hot blonde who ends up, her family gets killed because this wizard is who was resurrected and now wants to take over the world again.
Yeah, it was Greg Land art too, and
which is surprisingly good.
Well, there's Greg Land. It's not
I've
said a million times. Give me him tracing porn actresses over a Riley Rossmo or any other Tumblr art all day long.
All right, Riley Rossmo drawing porn art. That'd be weird.
Yeah, that would be.
That'd be like Savage Dragon level, wouldn't that be? That's like Eric Larson. If he
Eric Larson is like John Romita Jr. in the fact that when he started out, he was all right. He was good. And he just kind of crawled into his own style so much that it became ugly. Frank Miller did the same thing. 50-50 chance if you work in a leftist industry and don't talk about politics, you either really just don't care or on the right. I go with the latter, says D.W. Washburn. D.W. Washburn. Are you a Monkees fan or did you get that from somewhere else there, D.W.? My dad watched for the first time that Hitchcock movie with Cary Grant.
Which one?
Suspicion, Notorious, that one with the airplane.
I had to look up to see who actually was right, and I'm like, it's MK.
Yeah.
Just randomly changes the subject.
Let's just cut to the chase, though. All of the Cary Grant Hitchcock films are good, very good, awesome, even movies that you could love.
I just want to say the ones I just recently watched again was Rope. I like Rope.
Yeah,
I love Rope over
Jimmy Stewart, but yeah, I like Rope as well.
You like Rope over what?
Over Psycho.
Okay.
You know what? I think I do too. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting arguments on this one. Now, I love Psycho.
Yeah.
It's just when we're talking about or ranking Hitchcock movies, Psycho does not make it.
Psycho's just too close to home with the Ed Gein stuff. Same with Leatherface stuff. When you find out he's based off a guy that lived in your state and was murdering people, or you're collecting corpses, stitching them together. Yeah, it's just like this. Yeah, I don't need. That's like
DW is answering both. I like the Not Fab 4, and it makes a good. It does make a good Alias. I am a huge Monkees fan. I have all the albums, but I have the. Oh goodness, what is that company? Rhino Records put out. They put out all the albums, but they had like everything, all of the studio outtakes, all of the first takes and such. So I got those, and yeah, it's just awesome. So, I've got I listen to them all the time.
You know, I never thought about it. Is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is that like a stand your ground case? They were like coming into their house, you know? So
yeah, actually,
he defended himself.
The first kill, yes, because he comes into the house, he opens the door, he hits him with a hammer. He is an intruder, so Leatherface has all rights to defend him. The girl, on the other hand, was running out the door. He grabs her, drags her back in. So anything he does to her, that's illegal. Also, the rest, like he goes out to murder the guy in the wheelchair, so that obviously is murder. But that first kill, no, that's self-defense.
Well, if you'd wanted to prevent it, if you could have prevented the rest of these murders, if it had been the New York Chainsaw Massacre, because they would have gotten him before he could have killed anybody else, even though it was self-defense.
There you go.
Rager,
Yes.
you know, you just quoting this, you know, one of these days we're gonna hang out.
7 is just too close to home, Jeffrey. Psycho is just too close to home. Yep. We've never seen Venkman's mother. Just saying.
And
he does have a basement.
She's in the other room.
The basement. I know.
Yeah.
She's in front of the window.
Yeah, she's
Venkman.
Put me in my chair.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Frank Miller, is he dead? No, I hope not. I just saw a documentary trailer drop on. Yeah, I saw that as well. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, it's
But
a FRAGMINIon.
He is not yet dead. Hello, self-defense is the most delicious offense. FRAGMINIon. England teen, which is creepier, Leatherface or Michael Myers? Leatherface. I'm sorry, but Michael Myers, I do like the Halloween movies. My favorite thing in Halloween is speed kills. Jerk. Best line reading of any movie ever. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is just wholly bizarre.
You never really know who really loves their mother until they keep their corpse in the basement after she's been dead for a couple of years. Or the one who's willing to help them get down the stairs faster.
Forensics link the crime to 15 missing people. Must be a gang of killers. Cops not realizing the killer is wearing people masks. Yeah. That could make a good top 10 creepiest horror mask. Oh, well, flat out, Leatherface is the creepier mask. It's William Shatner versus skin stitched together. Okay, I take it back. Let's see. Robert Englund in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies is the best horror movie one-liners. Yeah, towards the end, they went a little overboard with it, but I do agree. Michael killed his sister at 6. That was always irritating me. What I wondered was, why did he watch his hand? That I never quite understood. Like when he's killing his sister, the camera that has the mask on it turns to the arm. Like, why would you do that? It just doesn't.
You know what I also never noticed? That if you're watching, I think it's Leviathan or the Abyss, or they're in the room and he's trying to like go up, and he's like, "What about you? I'm drowning." He's like, you see the camera wipes the actual lens. When you see it, you just cannot unsee it.
Little movie mistakes. Yeah, it's like the hand that keeps the dinosaur from falling over in Jurassic Park.
Yep.
When before they enter the kitchen, and the dinosaurs open the door, it moves forward a little bit, and if you watch just for a second, you see a hand steadying the dinosaur so it doesn't fall. Yeah. Michael Myers could have been prevented with better parenting, says Bad Comics Review.
I'm just saying, anybody who gets beat up by a Paul Rudd with a freaking pipe, and
he watched his hand because he was 6-year-old because it looked cool. Yeah.
I still say 6 is the best because I like Paul Rudd's reactions when he sees Michael Myers. Like, oh God, I just love it.
He wasn't the actor he would become in that movie. Yeah.
So
did he get killed in that?
No, he survives.
No, actually, go ahead.
No, this will change my joke depending on what you say. So he did get killed or did not?
Did not.
Well, then I guess even then everybody loved Paul Rudd.
There you go. But actually, the character Anthony Michael Hall plays. Oh no, never mind. I was going to say something stupid. Never mind.
It's just like I always thought it was done with Michael Myers. Like they're like, he's just a killer. He's not supernatural at all. 6 actually made sense because how the hell does that guy not have internal bleeding? He's been shot. He's been hit with pipes. Probably been hit with a car too. Probably, who knows? But yet he's somehow back every year. I'm like, no, there's no way unless there's multiple Michael Myers. There's multiple Jokers. Now Jason being supernatural, they made more sense. But whatever. It's
Tommy Doyle was much better than Ends version. If you've seen Halloween Ends. Wasn't it Halloween Kills? Didn't he get killed in that one? It was Michael Anthony Hall. Doesn't he get killed in that one? But yeah, Tommy Doyle is the. I guess I was right. I was going to say that.
In the reboot, the new one.
Yeah.
I think it is Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah, he's at the bar.
Yeah. And MK is bringing up Chucky as being creepy, especially if you don't like dolls. I'm one of the few people I know that actually liked that reboot where Mark Hamill was voicing him. I thought it was fine. It was just as good as any other. The movie that I think is good that I don't hear anybody talking about as far as Chucky is The Cult of Chucky. That one, because it got really stupid and silly, and then The Cult of Chucky kind of brings it back.
I want Chucky versus son of a bitch.
I don't know that.
Go on out when it comes back to me. I'll
Ash,
the little doll from Karen Black.
No,
movie?
that was going to be in the winner gets the Tasmanian Devil from Trilogy of Terror.
There you go.
It goes God damn! Oh, Chucky versus Talkie Tina.
I was just about to bring her up. Yeah, Chucky versus Talkie Tina. I'm gonna kill you.
Versus Jason versus Ash.
The first one was better. The first line was because I'm Talkie Tina and I don't think I like you.
Yeah.
And Kojak goes, "Who loves you, baby?"
Halloween trick or treat crossover from FRAGMINION. That would be kind of cool. The best explanation for Jack the Ripper was the classic Trek episode Wolf in the Fold, where Regic Ripper possessed people to kill. I'll tell you something. I watched a movie I hadn't seen in forever. Tubi, by the way, greatest freaking streaming service of all time, had Time After Time on it. You remember that movie, Eric?
Yeah, it was when the guy went forward in time to modern day San Francisco to
Jack the Ripper, and then Jules Verne chases after him. Yeah, it is.
I gotta ask though, when he went to modern, was it a shithole?
Well, no, the remake, he gets there, he steps on a needle and gets an infection and grows. Right.
Leprechaun in Space was classic.
Ash in 2 streams in one night.
Hello?
It's got his accounts are hacked. It's not him.
1991 with Prisha Tallman and Tony Todd. Highly recommend. What are we talking about?
I don't know. It's a weird night.
Oh, Leprechaun in Space. Okay.
It's a weird night. Ash has been popping up, and now Fragminia's here. We get that guy, that Rock City guy, come back to the auction. Make a trifecta.
Yep. I think he might have been suspended, and then he just lost because he was going after somebody was going after Pixel one time, calling him saying the wrong word for gay people.
Yeah,
and that was just sorry.
Okay, Leprechaun in Space or Leprechaun in the Hood? Who you got?
I'm going within the hood.
Same here, because you know why? Because he's up to no good.
But wow, Jennifer Aniston though in the Leprechaun 2.
Well, Jennifer Aniston and just everything is hot. I've seen that one funky old 70s TV flick, Dollman versus Demonic Toys. Let's see. How about Megan? A lot love her, but some feel she's overrated. All right. In this family, you have that argument. I thought it was overrated. My wife loved it. I watched it. I was like, it's all right. It's the Terminator. I mean, it's just a remake of Terminator. Hey, she's got AI, goes crazy, decides in order to protect the kid, she's got to kill everybody around him. It's the Terminator movie. It's just made in little doll form. And by the way, I what kind of super strength are you giving a kid's toy? I'm sorry, but it shouldn't be, oh, I'm going to jump on you and beat the shit out of it. It should be, she's got the strength of a fucking doll.
If you're using supernatural kind of like forces, you can put stuff behind it.
But that wasn't it. It was just AI going crazy and killing everybody. Jason X, by the way, is fantastic. By the way,
Leprechaun in Space. I'm with Frag. What is Leprechaun in Space? And Rhaegar is asking that too. I don't know. I've never heard of Leprechaun in Space.
I just assumed since he said it that exists. I've never heard.
Oh, it does. It does. It is absolutely a great time to be had. It is a stupidly bad film that is thoroughly entertaining.
Now, the other one, Venk, if you have seen it, I don't know what the title of that was, but the Leprechaun gets involved with gangster rappers.
Oh yeah, it wasn't that the one that had Snoop Dogg in it?
I don't know, but then no, that might have been Tales from the Hood or something.
I'm thinking Tales of the Hood. Yeah,
and then at the end, he uses his powers to like hypnotize all these hot dancers. It's in the rap song is Lep in the Hood, up to no good.
Yeah,
like I said, it's not to be taken seriously.
Leprechaun versus Wishmaster.
Oh, Wishmaster every day, twice on Sundays. Just for the fact that throughout the entire movie, he's like, I make your wish come true. I don't know what it is about the smile. It's like right on the edge of the teeth.
I want you to be gold.
He's got these. Oh, really? Okay, this is the way you're going to do the whole fucking movie? Okay. I might be thinking of a later one even, but I love Wishmaster.
I watched Wishmaster 3 where the guy turned into a plate of glass. It's shattered.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Alien or Leprechaun, better space horror movie.
Oh, Alien.
I know.
I mean, Leprechaun in space, okay, that's bad fun, but it's
I was kidding. I was trying to trigger Ash.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my Alien, just in general, this her suspense movie is just awesome.
But Aliens is better.
Nobody would ever seriously ask a question as far as a better movie if Leprechaun is one of the choices.
MK went.
The first one wasn't bad, but it was just like a lot of these horror franchises. They got progressively sillier and sillier.
Yeah, Scream did take the 90s horror. Scream was awesome. Especially the whole line where the guys in the fake blockbuster and just talking about, who would be the killer is stuff. He just playing on the tropes. I love that.
Rhaegar, I had seen I've seen a lot of the houses. Didn't they end up being, I could be thinking of something different, but
I didn't know there was a third and a fourth one.
Yeah, by the way, House. I think House is one of the most underrated 1980s horror films.
Is racist the right? If you're gonna slur me, Fragminon, use the right slur.
Yeah,
I don't think racist is the right one there.
Yeah, little people, are they a race?
Are you Zackist?
House 4. I don't even remember House 4. I realized I was thinking of
Is that where he's in prison?
what's that werewolf movie with D
Wallace Stone.
Wallace? Yeah, what was that one? Howling. Where it started off as a werewolf thing, and then it was like Howling 4 or 5, Night of the Lupin, or something like that.
Yeah,
weird.
House 4. That was where he went to prison, right? That season.
Was it? I
House
don't
4?
remember. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, he had to go to prison, and then he got out.
Yeah. House 4 has randomly some mob gangsters in it and a talking pizza. That sounds like the House series. House 2 is silly, stupid fun too. With what's his name, John Ratzenberg, just taking the fucking movie away, running with it. It's his. Go. Let's see. Silver Bullet was better than any of the Howling sequels.
That was a good movie.
I thoroughly enjoyed Silver Bullet. Right up to the incredible. I was 15 by myself in the theater, and I was like, and then the werewolf comes on screen. I was like, okay. That was a bad outfit. It was, whoa, werewolf. That's a bad outfit.
Brain, you gotta watch the Wolven again.
Wolven's actually not bad. I've noticed.
Poor Gregory
Freddy's Dead. Freddy's Dead. The new night. Freddy's Dead was the one with Roseanne. Yeah, that one sucked. The 3D one.
Yeah,
I like New Nightmare. Though.
Gregory Hines was. Any injustice for Gregory Hines. From Albert Finney survived, but Gregory Hines did not. He just got it.
They always kill the brothers in horror movies.
Gregory Hines. I know it's not a horror film, but I love the movie White Knights. I love watching people do what they can do very well. So seeing Baryshnikov and Gregory Hines doing the tap dancing, it's something though when they're dancing next to each other and you absolutely see the difference. Like Gregory Hines is a good dancer. Baryshnikov was brilliant.
Legend of Hell House. Never watched that, Maranya.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good movie. Yeah. F Dead is fun in a bad way, but for Nose, yeah, it's not the best. But I did like I like the New Nightmare. That was pretty good. I know some people hate, what is it, 4 and 5. I liked them. I thought they were okay. The guy turning into his motorcycle was pretty badass. You know, they had some scenes, but basically, I remember when those movies were coming out. The first one was mainly found on HBO and DVD and all that kind of stuff. And then the second one comes out, and people are like, what the f is this shit? But when the third one came, first of all, the song was released before the third movie, The Dream Warriors by Dawkins, and that song hit freaking big. So by the time the movie came out, it was predestined to be a big hit. I remember being in a midnight showing of Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It was huge. And we almost got kicked out because we were throwing fireballs at each other. If you have a, back then they would sell kids all sorts of shit. We have butane lighters. And if you filled your hand up with butane, you just, you leave the hole in there, you fill it up with butane, and then you light it. You could do, you did like that, like skeet, except for the butane would fly off your hand, and it would be like a fireball going at your friend. So we were throwing fire in each other's faces. We almost got kicked out of the movie.
You were not yelling skeet, you're yelling yeet.
That wasn't even a thing. But yeah, we actually almost got thrown out of the movie theater because we were throwing fireballs at each other. But when the movie came on, people were just cheering and having a fucking great time with the Dream Warriors.
I've never heard the Fat Boy song for Freddy, but Alice Cooper for He's Back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That restarted his career, man. That came because at that point in time, he was one more of the people that the old 70s guys that weren't. He's Back comes. The video was awesome. It turned out that the movie was good because the previous film was that fifth one where it wasn't Jason. It was the ambulance driver.
Joking with Dream Warriors. Yep, that was another good song coming out of those movies.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
What's up?
No, check your DM, Venk.
Oh no! Please don't tell me it's something you saw on
It was
on Yeet TV.
no. You may not get what you want with the Rocketeer, but I thought you'd
Damn!
What's up?
a very nice Jennifer Connelly shot.
Ah,
Well,
that is
she's
that
too
is
white for
pretty
me.
sweet.
No. Camera one to judge this.
Yeah, it's not showing.
And
it,
It's a nice front of the dress. We'll just put it that way.
it always is with her.
Mhm.
The Dawkins song did hit big. It might have been their biggest hit. It was their biggest hit ever, and it sold the movie. The video that came along was the band going through the Nightmare on Elm Street house, and it would show scenes from the movie and everything. At the time, it was incredible. It was just one of those things. I mean, you can watch it now and you can go, "Oh, well, that's a good video," but I don't know, when it's new and it's there, it was done very well.
Venkman. So Carlito's Way 3, Running from the Law, wasn't Carlito's Way 2 spitting on people who don't want to be cool?
Yeah, Carlito's Way number 4. He's back for more.
What do we used to take bets on how long it would take a black guy to die in the movie. My family's Rhaegar, here's something.
Wait, Rhaegar, are you related to Zach?
Here's something. Without it being a movie that only stars black people, name me the movie where the black guy dies first. It doesn't. It's one of those tropes that doesn't exist, or at least it's so minuscule that it shouldn't exist. The black guy might always die, but the black guy doesn't die first.
Well, yeah. Venkman, even if Rhaegar and Zach are related, Zach wouldn't admit it. That'll teach him to leave the stream, won't it?
Yeah. Man Behind the Mask is still one of my favorite songs by Alice Cooper. I gotta tell you, it made me a fan. I mean, obviously I heard School's Out and all that kind of stuff, but after that, I bought that album, thought it was good, but the next one was Raise Your Fist and Yell. Incredible album.
Man Behind the Mask, and then he incorporates a ch-ch-ch.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is this so just perfectly placed in the song?
It is.
First love, they're gonna die. He's just singing about couples. They're gonna die. I was just like, man, I've never seen the movie that it's attached to, but I'm just like, man, I don't need to. The song's awesome.
I know the black guy survived the OG Night of the Demons. Yeah, that was a good movie too. The original was the best. Carlito's Way. I thought the dumb blonde dies first, only after she shows her boobs. Anthony Bilello, black guy always dies at the very end, and the white girl lives. Yeah, there you go. Yes, that's what happens. Name the movie that has one of those Benetton ad casts. Black guy doesn't die first. They don't die first was part of why I said it was not really a controversy. I even noticed that as a kid. But when I said it, nobody paid me any attention. Boy, you don't know anything. Yeah, that's the way it is. It's what do they call it? The Streisand effect, where everybody thinks they see the same thing. Oh, think about Alien. The black guy almost survives to the end. I mentioned Friday the 13th Part 5. You had that famous black guy that ended up being Joanna Man. He dies in the middle of the film when he's taking a shit. They never die. But even in Part 6, the black guy and his girlfriend, who was also black, they could not have interracial relationships back then. They're fucking in the van. He thinks his friends are outside, and he does what no black guy would do, is leave his hot to trot girlfriend to go mess around with the guys that were playing pranks. Yeah. Oh, I guess Anthony's saying Bird Box is one where it dies first. All right, well, that's one. And Friday the 3rd, best ending in the drama. Oh, with the yeah. What you got? Oh, hold on, let me highlight. The bear choosing a man after a week.
love that. That's awesome. That's so great.
That is pretty good. That is part 7, not a real Friday the 13th. What? There you go. Yeah, part 7 was the one with the telekinetic girl. Gotcha. All right. They are kind of weird about it now, which is probably why Finn and Rey romance plot got canned by liberals. Yeah, well, you can't have it in China, right? The only thing better would be the Predator handshake meme with the man and the bear. There you go. All righty. Huh. Okay, yeah, I missed by one. Was there black people in episode 6 or part 6 or whatever? V sent you the link to the Hell House in Discord DMs. Hell House is actually pretty good. Wasn't that Linda Blair, or am I thinking of something different?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I know a lot about horror because my wife truly only likes to watch movies with horror films.
I have getting the impression that I care to watch the film.
I had to. I have to turn on, if I want to watch something that isn't a horror film, I have to just go, no, tonight we're watching something different. Because she'll turn on the shittiest of horror films. She just likes them. I mean, that's her genre. And I have seen a lot of bad horror films too. Have you ever seen a movie called Zombievers? I have. Don't. Do yourself a favor. Don't see Zombievers. Didn't Linda Blair grow up to be kind of fun? Yeah, she grew up pretty. There is a movie, Rhaegar. It's oh goodness, Reckless. I think it's called Reckless. It stars Dirk Benedict and Linda Blair, and it's basically First Blood retold. You know, the Dirk Benedict is the Vietnam veteran who spends the entire time staring at his shoes, and he comes into town. Town doesn't like him, so they try to kill him. And he wages war with him. But in the meantime, he falls in love with the farmer's daughter, who is played by Linda Blair. And you know they fall in love because they decide to go motorcycle riding in the woods. And at one point in time, they do a jump and it stops and they're like tire to tire. And the wipe is the heart around them stopping tire to tire, and then that's the scene change. It is one of the most cheesy, wonderful films I've ever seen. It is amazingly bad. I actually I talked to Dirk Benedict about it. He was at the MegaCon one time, and I don't think he got that I love this movie kind of ironically. Like, I love it for as bad as it is. That man was talking about it like it was fucking Gone with the Wind. Let's see. You can watch it. That Rubber was actually a good movie. I also there was a movie about killer pants that was a lot of fun. You know what movie I'm talking about? It might have just been called Jeans or something like that, or Pants or something like that. But yeah. Here's one for you. Beat Final Girl in a slasher. Jamie Lee in Halloween. Neville in Scream, Nancy in Nightmare. I'm going to go with the original, Jamie Lee. I guess, the Scream, what's her name, would be second. But yeah, I got to go Jamie Lee. I love Star Crash. There's a silly movie about a possessed killer recliner. Yeah, Gail wanted to put on a movie called The Lift, which is a killer elevator. And all I could think is, don't go on the fucking elevator. It's done. It's like that movie that came out earlier. Nev Campbell. Thank you, Brad Comics. It's like the movie that came out earlier this year. It's called Night Swim. We've got a haunted pool. Drain it. Don't go in the pool. Simple as that. Problem's over. But that's just me. The bed that eats people was 70s cold. I don't know. Anywho, there you go. I've been talking a while. I'll let Eric take it from here. Horror movies, Eric, what do you think?
Try not to. Makes my head hurt.
Ah. Well, there you go.
My tastes skew older with horror movies, so it's
Like what?
yeah, like the Universal stuff. I mean, a little bit of the Hammer,
The monsters and
yeah.
okay. Yeah. I rewatched Invisible Man because I hadn't seen it in decades, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I forgot how much of an ass the Invisible Man was, though.
Yeah, it's weird because usually even if he's playing a killer, Claude Rains is usually so likable. But there's just nothing to like about his character in Invisible Man.
Yep. Claude Rains was the Invisible Man. Pull us close for AIDS. I'm partial to Neve Campbell, but it might be because her movie is closer to when I hit puberty. I get it. Final Destination or fun ones. Oh, speaking of Final Girl, okay. Hold on, let's do this one. At least Tarzan will always be white because I have no idea. They don't have the balls to put a black man on screen acting like a monkey.
Yep.
Okay.
Universal, MK.
I want to see the black Tarzan now, swinging around and grunting like a monkey, and then freaking out when he sees the laptop.
Yes. Yeah, the Night Swim didn't hold with me. MK's asking what's better, American Universal movies or the Hammer films? I go Universal. How about you, Eric?
Oh, I already answered. I said you always go with the classics. Always go with the originals.
I love the Abbott and Costello meets Universal monsters. Me too. Yeah, the Hammer horrors are good. I enjoyed them, but yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go with the classics. Oh, did you know they did a Creature of the Black Lagoon comic book just like last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I want to read that. Did y'all talk about it on your channel?
On Best of the Week. Yep.
Okay. There was a time when you said horror, you said Hammer.
In fact, we talked about it 3 times because all 3 of us had the book.
Hammer monster movies are like the red band version of comic books that Marvel is currently putting out gore for gore's sake. I don't know. The orange blood exploding on Peter Cushing's face and such like that. Obviously a sexual thing. They did a Dracula one too. Yeah, wasn't that that was by somebody famous?
James Tynion.
Okay. You'll find this funny, Eric. Today we were talking about onboarding a doctor at the VA. The name was Dr. Kazor. Kazar, yes. All right. Well, kids, we've been at this for 2 hours.
We've been at this for 4 years now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's been 7 for me, but thank you. Or has it been 8? It was 2016 when I started. It's 2016 when I started the channel, but 2017 when it really took off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's that now? That's 8 years? 8 years now, because it was in March. Yeah. No one shuts a stream down like that showing up. There you go. See? Yeah. They made a newer Invisible. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Did you see the remake
of
The Invisible Man?
Oh, no, I did not.
The Blumhouse with the girl?
Yeah, it starred the chick from the Gilead movie that every woman brings up anytime they want to talk about it.
Everyone thought she was crazy.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. They use it as a suit, like kind of like it's got
it's the Batman suit.
Cameras on one side, the cameras on the other side, and each the suit is made of basically material that would project so you can see through him, or at least he appears to be invisible. And it's a lot. That movie
he's abusive guy and won't let her leave, so she gets revenge on him. And then
the Handmaid's Tale lady, Hollow Man. That was fun. I like the Hollow Man.
I'd rather watch Invisible by Dad with Bill Cosby.
She was also the wife in Us. Yeah, there you go. Apparently Rhaegar is following oh goodness, she's got a name. Elizabeth Moss or something like that, I think it is. He follows her career there. And just to ask at the very end, Englentine ain't a crazy Florida man. Yeah, he is. He just lives in Indiana now.
Dude, Hollow Man was great. Rona Mitra.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The only reason I'm in Indiana is because I like my wife and I want to be near her. Yeah. What about The Invisible Man with Kevin Bacon? Yeah, The Hollow Man's what they're talking about. Horror films need to be amazing or really bad. I ain't got time for all the mediocre crap in the middle. That was what we just watched. Mediocre crap. What was that? It was one of the earlier. I mean, Night Swim. But we just watched something. We were like, yes. What was that? Oh no! Actually, we watched Abigail, and that was good. That was good. I don't know, but yeah, there you go. There's a modern. It just came out a couple of months or weeks ago, I should say. Look up Blood Orgy of the Leather Girls. Yeah, what kind of virus will I get if I do? Rhoda Mitri, haha, and Elizabeth Shue too. Yeah, really nice, really nice. All righty, kids. That being said, any more to add to it there, Eric?
No, I think we covered everything.
What is better, Nightbreed or the Lost Boys? Lost Boys. Nightbreed's good, but it's two different things. Nightbreed promises horror, but it's really just like, hey, look at these guys. Aren't they cool? Oh, and here's a serial killer. It just seemed like the horror part of it was just so secondary to building the world of the Nightbreed, but it ended up making a boring movie. Lost Boys, a lot more fun. Not She-Devil's different film. She-Devil is Roseanne. Yeah, by the way, yeah, I've seen that one. The one with oh goodness, good actress nominated for Meryl Streep. Yeah, and there, yeah, good. Not a good film. Not a good film at all. All right, kids. Let's see. I think we'll probably do this again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So join us then after all the readings. And as always, go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till, or do the monthly thing. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Good night, kids.
That was kind of